Angel Reese did things last night I'm not sure we've ever seen on a basketball court. I was like, is this real? Did this happen?
Angel Reese just had a night she'll want to forget, one of the roughest performances of her career. And it wasn't just about the numbers. From reckless decisions to unnecessary aggression, she struggled to find her rhythm, leaving fans and analysts stunned. It was a game where nothing seemed to go right, and the frustration was evident on the court.
The Lunar Owls crushed the Rose BC, and Angel, well, she did some rather interesting things on the court. And Napheesa Collier, well, look now, one thing we could say, they are not afraid of Angel Reese and the Rose BC, because after hitting the game-winning shot, Napheesa had some real words towards Angel Reese.
But the real highlight? Napheesa Collier had no patience for Reese's antics and delivered the perfect response. If you want to see a masterclass in humbling a trash talker, you're in the right place. Stick around as we break down every moment that left Reese exposed, not just as a player struggling on the court, but as someone more caught up in the drama than the game itself. And trust me, the stats back it all up.
Angel Reese looks like a very dirty move under the basket.
First spot, draws two, sling it, Reese!
The Angel. Reese stepped onto the court with her signature confidence, ready to make a statement. But it didn't take long for things to unravel. Instead of leading her team, she got caught up in the theatrics, showboating instead of making smart plays. From reckless passes to questionable decisions, it was a game full of missteps that did more harm than good for her squad. Next Vios. Now let's talk numbers, because they're almost unbelievable. Reese racked up 7 turnovers. Yes, 7, and these weren't just minor slip-ups. We're talking about some of the most baffling mistakes you'll ever see at the pro level. At one point, she even launched a pass straight into the backboard, grabbed her own rebound like she was playing solo catch, and then froze in disbelief, as if she couldn't process what just happened. It was a sequence that had everyone watching, in shock and maybe even a little secondhand embarrassment.
She's going to go in, and then after she hits it, she's going to bark her head off at Angel Reese.
8 to shoot, Tiggins Smith, matched up by Gray.
Right there,
to the ball. Collier
game winner. Look at her. She's talking mad shit.
Queen Bee.
Mad shit.
Angel Reese was on Napheesa Collier, giving her a bunch of frustrating bombs.
Reese's overconfidence completely backfired as she forced some of the most questionable shots you'll ever see, missing badly and racking up brick after brick. And when her shooting wasn't working, she tried to make up for it with sheer physicality, turning the game into a wrestling match. She spent more time shoving and body-checking Napheesa Collier than actually playing basketball, desperate to get in her head, but let's just say Collier wasn't having any of it.
Angel Reese rebounded her own pass. I saw this and was like, this can't be real. Angel Reese thought she was playing dodgeball out there.
But here's where things got really entertaining. Instead of falling for Reese's antics, Napheesa Collier did what true pros do. She stayed locked in, focused, and let her game do the talking. While Reese tried to rattle her with physical play, Collier had the perfect response, lighting her. Up on the scoreboard, possession after possession, she made Reese pay, proving that skill always beats theatrics.
Angel was 8 for 16 for 17 points, 10 boards last night, 7 damn turnovers. Napheesa Collier right here, 7 of 16. She had 16 points, 9 rebounds, but she had the most important thing, the game winner last night.
Angel Reese's desperation hit its peak in one of the most awkward defensive moments of the game. Trying to muscle her way into position, she lost her balance and went down in dramatic fashion, flopping like a bad actor in a low-budget movie. The best part? The refs weren't fooled. No whistle, no foul. Just an embarrassing scene that left fans shaking their heads.
I mean, Angel Reese is out there looking like a UFC fighter.
If you're a hoops fan, if you're a basketball fan, and you watch this, I don't give a shit if you are an Angel Reese fan. You can't tell me this is not egregious.
They're doing everything they have to do to sell this.
Social media didn't hold back, instantly roasting Reese for her over-the-top flop. Fans were quick to point out the irony. She talks a big game about being a physical player, yet hit the floor with ease when it suited her. It was another harsh reminder that while Reese embraces the villain role, she struggles when the pressure is on, Instead of rising to the moment and proving her dominance, she leaned into theatrics, only making herself look even more out of place.
Angel Reese is the most unskilled basketball player in the history of basketball, in my opinion. She has no skills. She knows that she's not a very good basketball player. That's why she spends so much time half naked and taking pictures and promoting things that have nothing to do with basketball.
Meanwhile, Napheesa Collier remained locked in, refusing to engage in the chaos. She didn't need the theatrics. Her game did all the talking. While Reese was flailing around, making headlines for all the wrong reasons, Collier was putting on a clinic, scoring with ease and proving why she's one of the best in the league. Every time Reese tried to rattle her, Collier answered with pure basketball excellence. And just when it seemed like Reese's night couldn't get any worse, she delivered one final, laughable mistake. With a chance to help her team mount a comeback, she crumbled under pressure, panicking and throwing a pass straight into the hands of an opponent. Another turnover, another wasted possession, and yet another moment of pure humiliation.
This is Angel Reese, the content creator side. It's pretty clear basketball is her top priority. I cannot imagine how anybody could view this athlete in any other way. It's clear basketball is front and foremost. This is all helping with things like shooting better from the field and missing layups. She has no rhythm, just like she can't make a layup. Practice layups. OnlyFans incoming.
By the final buzzer, the contrast between the two players couldn't have been clearer. Napheesa Collier embodied professionalism, poised, disciplined, and clutch when it mattered most. Angel Reese, she looked like an overhyped player who let emotions take over, completely unraveling on the court. For Reese, this wasn't just a bad game, it was a full-blown exposure of her reckless, undisciplined style of play. While she's built a brand on trash talk and theatrics, nights like this prove why she's nowhere near the superstar she claims to be. She wants to be mentioned alongside elite players like Collier and Caitlin Clark, but the gap in skill and composure was undeniable. This wasn't just another loss, it was a reality check, and unfortunately for Reese, all she walked away with was another embarrassing reminder of the difference between talk and true talent.
I think Angel's more concerned about being an influencer, content creator, over being a better basketball player. This was her taking pictures, hanging out with some rappers and producers, etc.
You think you could get a bucket in this format, full court 3-on-3?
You don't think I can get a bucket?
Yeah.
If Angel Reese on my team, yeah.
Angel. Reese, never one to take responsibility for her mistakes, wasted no time jumping into damage control mode. Instead of owning up to her reckless play and poor performance, she deflected, blaming everyone except herself. The refs, her teammates, the coaching staff, even the court itself, everything was at fault except the one person truly responsible. For her disastrous night, it was classic Reese behavior: talk tough, play recklessly, and when things don't go her way, shift the blame and play the victim.
You got to see this clip. Runs down court with the basketball, 3-4 steps ahead of everybody, has an easy layup, and throws it to the girl behind her. No skills.
So Lexi Hall's right here, right? She's going to come out here. She gets the ball, going to pass it into Angel. Look at this, folks. That's Lexi Hall. Wide ass open. Does she get the ball? Angel not only did not pass the ball back out to Lexi Hall, but she missed another freaking layup.
Meanwhile, Napheesa Collier and the Lunar Owls were busy celebrating, and rightfully so. Collier did exactly what true leaders do. She stayed locked in, played smart basketball, and delivered when it mattered most. No need for cheap shots or trash talk. Her game spoke for itself. While Reese was flailing around and arguing with refs, Collier was leading her team to victory with poise and precision. And when the moment came to silence Reese for good, Collier sealed the deal with a game-winning shot, topping it off with a well-earned celebration right in Reese's face.
To keep going, it's hard. Like, it is hard. To live my life isn't easy. And I don't want to get emotional, but like, that's why I put the work in every day, because like, there are little girls that look up to me. There are the college girls that look up to me, and just being able to be an inspiration every day. So that's why I just try to keep going through all the negativity. At 22, it's hard living this life, but I'm grateful, I'm blessed, and I'm lucky to be around this group, and being here in Arrival has just been the best thing for me.
And let's not forget the internet. Social media had an absolute field day with Reese's meltdown. The memes started rolling in almost instantly, with fans roasting everything from her 7 turnovers to her missed layups and, of course, her final possession blunder. Some even joked that she was trying to set a record for the most embarrassing plays in a single game. One tweet summed it up perfectly. Angel Reese talks like she's Shaq, but plays like a YMCA hooper who just learned the rules. Others pointed out that her game relies more on unnecessary aggression than actual skill, and this performance was just further proof of that. But here's where things get even worse for Reese. The WNBA is watching. Coaches, analysts, and even her own teammates are starting to see the pattern. Her reckless play isn't helping anyone. It's not winning games, it's not making her a better player, and it's certainly not earning respect from the league's top stars. Instead, it's making her a liability. If she doesn't adjust her game soon, she could see her minutes shrink. Or worse, become just another overhyped player who never lived up to the talk.
3 weeks into the season and Unrivaled is struggling to sell out a studio that seats 800 people?
At some point, TNT Sports is going to be like, we ain't making no money because we ain't got no ratings. And I mean, they don't have any ratings, and she's not pulling them. She had a game last Saturday, didn't even make 80,000 viewers. This person said you complain about everything. Professional life is different, and you can't seem to handle it.
Let's be honest, this was supposed to be Angel Reese's moment. She entered the WNBA with sky-high expectations, hyped as a game-changer who would bring energy, attitude, and dominance to the league. But here's the reality. Being a true star takes more than just confidence. It requires skill, discipline, and leadership, none of which Reese showed in this game. Instead, she put on a performance that was sloppy, reckless, and at times, downright embarrassing. Meanwhile, Napheesa Collier didn't need trash talk or theatrics to prove she's one. Of the best, she stayed composed, played smart, and delivered when it counted. While Reese got caught up in the drama, Collier let her game do the talking, beating her where it mattered most, on the scoreboard.
Have some sportsmanship, seriously. Now, she's still acting up and running her mouth right here. She's pointing out, look, you're running your mouth. Get out of here. The referee said, I'm not listening to your smart-ass mouth. Get out of here. Unbelievable. Black History Month. Y'all know I had to be the first. Seriously. So she just claimed that she got thrown out because she's a victim of racism.
When it's not going well for you, claim racism.
She came out, made it about race, and got crushed.
The contrast between Napheesa Collier and Angel Reese couldn't have been more obvious. One played with maturity, composure, and skill. The other with reckless arrogance. One let her game do the talking. The other let her mouth run while her game completely unraveled. And in the end, only one walked away with the win. Collier, the true star of the night. So what's next for Angel Reese? If history tells us anything, she'll likely double down on excuses, play the victim, and act like none of this ever happened. But the truth is, she got humbled. Badly. The only real question now, will she actually learn from this? Or is this just another chapter in the never-ending saga of Angel Reese getting exposed?